Eala just did it again, and this time, the ghosts of history didn't need to be summoned, because she'd already buried them months ago. On a courtside afternoon in Birmingham, the 21-year-old Filipina stared down Thailand's Mananchaya Sawangkaew for the second time in less than a year, and for the second time, she walked away with the same result. Different tournament, different continent, same story. And if you know anything about Eala, you know that when she finds a script that works, she doesn't just follow it. She rewrites it a little sharper every time. Rewind to last year's Southeast Asian Games, when Eala shattered a drought that had haunted Philippine tennis for 26 long years, claiming gold and finally putting her country back on the map in a sport that had gone silent for a generation. That win wasn't just a trophy. It was a statement. And Sawangkaew was on the other side of the net that day too, watching history get written in real time. Now, almost 12 months later, on English grass-turned hardcourt hustle at the WTA 125 Birmingham Open, the two found themselves facing off again, and the Thai player walked in knowing exactly what she was up against. The opening set was nowhere near as one-sided as the final score might suggest. In fact, it started as a war of attrition. The very first game alone stretched through 9 punishing deuces, both players trading advantage back and forth like they were testing each other's nerve before anything else. Eala had to dig into every reserve of composure she had just to hold her own serve and survive that opening stretch, and it was a signal, early on, that Sawangkaew wasn't here to hand anything over easily. But once Eala found her footing, the match began to tilt. 2 crucial break points fell her way, and suddenly the Filipino star had carved out a commanding 5-1 lead, the kind of cushion that lets a player breathe just a little easier. Except Sawangkaew wasn't finished. The Thai competitor clawed her way back into contention, forcing a break point of her own in the 8th game to pull the score to 5-3, injecting just enough tension to make the crowd wonder if a comeback was brewing. That's when Eala delivered one of the most elegant shots of the entire match, a perfectly measured lob, dropped with surgical precision along the baseline, completely out of Sawangkaew's reach. It wasn't a power shot. It wasn't flashy. It was pure court IQ, the kind of shot that separates a top seed from everyone else chasing that title. Set 1 belonged to Eala, 6-3. If you thought the second set would just be a formality, though, Sawangkaew had other plans. She came out swinging, holding her own serve with confidence and stepping into her approach shots with a newfound aggression that briefly gave her a 2-1 edge to open the frame. For a few fleeting minutes, it looked like the Thai player had found the rhythm that had eluded her in the first set, and the match genuinely felt like it could swing in either direction. And then the top seed remembered who she was. Eala flipped a switch. What followed wasn't just dominant tennis. It was a full-blown statement of authority. She reeled off 5 consecutive games, breaking Sawangkaew's serve not once but twice, and she did it with a weapon that has become her signature, a forehand return so precise, so relentlessly accurate, that it forced error after error out of her opponent. Sawangkaew wasn't losing points so much as she was being systematically dismantled, rally by rally, until the set and the match were firmly out of reach. 6-2. Match over. Same result as the SEA Games. Same player left searching for answers. What makes this win resonate beyond the scoreline is the pattern it reveals. This wasn't a lucky bounce or a one-off performance against an unfamiliar face. This was Eala solving a puzzle she'd already solved before, proving that her game has range. She can grind through 9 deuce battles when she has to, and she can also turn on an offensive gear that simply overwhelms an opponent when the moment calls for it. That's the profile of a player who isn't just riding a hot streak. That's the profile of someone building a career. And the timing could not be more fitting. Eala enters this tournament as the world number 37, currently the highest-ranked Filipina in the sport's history, a distinction that would have sounded almost unthinkable to Philippine tennis fans a decade ago. Now she's not just representing her country, she's redefining what's possible for it, one deep tournament run at a time. Birmingham was never going to be the biggest stage of her season, but every match like this one adds another brick to a foundation that's clearly built to last. Her reward for advancing? A semifinal date with Switzerland's Rebecca Mazurova, ranked 132 in the world, set for June 6th. On paper, it looks like another opportunity for Eala to keep climbing, but professional tennis has a way of humbling even its brightest rising stars, and Mazurova will be looking to do exactly what Sawangkaew couldn't: disrupt the rhythm, exploit the nerves, and hand the top seed her first real scare of the tournament. But if this match against Sawangkaew proved anything, it's that Eala doesn't crack under pressure. She thrives in it. 9 deuces in the opening game didn't rattle her. A brief 1-2 deficit to open the second set didn't rattle her either. Instead, both moments became launching pads, proof that when things get tight, this is a player who finds another gear rather than losing her nerve. That's a dangerous quality to carry into a semifinal, and it's exactly the kind of quality that turns promising young talents into genuine contenders. So as Birmingham heads toward its final rounds, all eyes remain on the Filipino who keeps rewriting her own history in real time. From ending a 26-year gold medal wait to backing it up on the professional tour against the very same opponent, Eala isn't just having a moment. She's building a legacy, and she's only 21 years old. The question now isn't whether she belongs among the sport's rising elite. It's how high the ceiling actually goes.